Welcome to Falls Count Anywhere Wrestling. I am your host, Jermaine. We're doing our first prediction video for this Saturday's Double or Nothing. On my screen it looks to the left. I don't know how it's going to come out. We have the NEW Heavyweight Champion, Mad Mike Murphy.
What up?
Or just Mike. And down below me, we have Fresh Steppa.
Who's technically resting in peace.
He's dead, yeah. So NEW is part of our game of the Worldwide Wrestling. He plays as Fresh Steppa, which got killed off. But anyways, Julian McGovernor, a.k.a. Turtle. Say hello.
Yeah.
Right. So today we're going to go over the Double or Nothing card. We're going to make some predictions. We're going to see who we think is going to win. Now, I already know I'm smarter than you guys at wrestling. So I anticipate my predictions are going to be better than your guys's. So just giving you guys a heads up.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's no arguing. Where's my drink? All right. So we're going to start off with a match that hasn't been announced yet, but I'm just anticipating. We'll keep this one short since we don't know if it's actually going to happen. But I'm anticipating Shawn Spears versus Dustin Runnels. Mike, we'll start with you. Who's winning?
I think Shawn should win because we're already seeing a lot of screen time with him. He needs to be built up as a character more.
Yeah, they had him come in against Cody and made him kind of a big deal. But I hope he gets on the card because I feel like they have been rewarding the people that worked the 24-hour show, the one where they filmed 6 episodes of Dynamite, and he was featured a lot, for 6 weeks of TV. So I feel like they got to build off that. And yeah, I feel like he should beat Dustin Runnels. Younger guy, heel. There's no reason Dustin needs to win that match. Julian?
I agree on that one, actually.
So we're all in agreement.
If it happens, probably win because he needs the buff kind of technically.
You don't think Runnels would be like, hey, my brother's in charge around here, I should win?
No, I think Dustin will want the newcomers to be better than him.
Okay. Well, that's more than I would do, so. Up next on the pre-show, we have Best Friends versus Private Party.
Ooh.
Julian, you can start that one because I know you got thoughts on this.
Okay. I think Private Party, their energy is great, but they're sloppy. They need to tighten up a little bit, and I don't know because a few of the moves are predictable, but they're just so entertaining. I don't know.
They are entertaining, yeah.
They're young. They need to put some time in. I'm gonna have to give it a Private Party on this one.
Wait, you just said all this stuff bad about Private Party. Oh, they're young. Oh, they're messing up. This and that. But they're gonna win.
But they're so entertaining. I don't know.
I'll win because they have an entertaining feature to them, though.
What is that?
I don't think they should win just because they're entertaining.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like them because they're very entertaining. That's why. They have a style. They have a style that's a Fresh Steppa style.
Fresh Steppa style.
I don't know who would win, but I think if I had to choose between the two, I would choose Best Friends.
I'm going to agree with you, and I'm also going to go with Best Friends. They've been giving them a lot of screen time, again, during those 6 weeks that Dynamite was taped. And because of that, AEW has the rankings, and they've been working their way up the rankings. Now, I know Dark Order hasn't really been on TV, even though they're ranked number 1. It would make more sense for the people that have been featured on TV and the team that's ranked number 2 to win that match, and then to go on to face Kenny and Hangman for the tag team titles. Forgot to mention that the winner gets a tag team title shot, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm also going. I'm going to go with Best Friends.
Best Friends, yeah.
All right, so Julian's the only one who disagrees on that. Up next, I'm assuming they're going to start the show with a Casino Royale ladder match. Now, basically, the match is AEW saw Royal Rumble and was like, F it, let's add ladders to that. So 2 men start the match. Every 90 seconds, another person comes into the match. The match can end before the 9th person even comes out because if someone grabs the contract or whatever, the chip, they're putting a chip. If someone grabs the chip, the match is over and they get a future AEW title shot. Now the competitors what's up?
I feel like contestants are going to be in the ring before there's a declared winner.
Yeah, especially when they have a mystery participant. And if it's a big person, they're gonna save it till 9th as the 9th person.
if it's the big person comes up before the 9th, maybe they'll win it. But until the mystery opponent comes in, I don't think it's gonna be before.
Are you saying the 9th participant's the Big Show? That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know if that would be Show.
No, I'm kidding on that. That would be just a huge disappointment, and I really do not want to get disappointed this early with AEW. But in the match is Kip Saban, Darby Allin, Luchasaurus, Scorpio Sky, Frank Kazarian, Ray Phoenix, I think Colt Cabana, the greatest wrestler of all time, Orange Cassidy. And don't you deny it, he is. I don't care if Chris Masters beat him at Bar Wrestling.
That was.
By the way, all my I got my Bar Wrestling stuff in the background.
And Pac beat him too.
Yeah. Oh, well, he got lucky. And of course, a mystery 9th person. So, stupid dog. All right, Julian, who you got winning?
I'm gonna have to go to Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix.
Why?
Just seeing him yesterday, not yet. Well, seeing him last night of last week's Dark. He did a Kaneko Buster, and that just brings out so much nostalgia. Watching, Ultimate Muscle and like Standing Mark cartoon. Someone who could do that flawlessly. That's a win in my book.
I like how all your picks are like, oh, well, their moves look cool, so they need to win.
Well, Jermaine, you brought me into this AEW.
I did.
And I'm still new to it, so.
I think we went out for All Out, and that was the first your first introduction to all this.
Oh yeah,
to a lot of these people, because you didn't even know who Kenny Omega was before all this.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking Kenny, dude.
But we did, I think. But you were impressed with that Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros ladder match, and that was your first introduction to Ray Phoenix.
Oh yeah. Good times.
If I remember, I remember most of it. Mike, who you got?
At first, I thought either Ray or maybe Cassidy was going to win, but I really feel like this mystery competitor is going to win. It makes sense, especially depending who they are.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is, but I feel like them just keep talking about there's a mystery competitor in the match. It makes sense for him, whoever it is, to win.
Now, my pick to win was going to be Ray Phoenix, but I can't agree with Julian. That, I can't. Because I want to be right. I don't want us both to be right. I'm actually going to pick Darby Allin. Him versus Moxley on a face-to-face would actually be a great match. I don't feel like the winner's going to get their championship match on a pay-per-view, so I feel like Darby's going to be able to face Moxley on TV, and they'll be able to sit up great. Right now, the fact that he's getting frustrated for not winning the TNT championship or not going further, it's just set up like Darby has all this aggression. And I feel like he's going to win. He's been the one that, he is the future of AEW right now. He's the young guy that they're really pushing hard. So to give him a championship match against John Moxley will put him up there again. If there was a crowd, I think they'd be going huge for it. So my pick's going to be Darby Allin. But bonus question, who do you think is going to be the mystery guy? Mike, since you picked the mystery guy to win, who are you picking? Who do you think is going to be that, it's going to possibly be, win?
Honestly, I don't really know. I'm just hearing rumors that maybe EC3 is jumping up for AEW.
But see, here's the thing what people got to realize. A lot of these WWE guys have a 90-day no complete. I kept saying that earlier when I was doing the last video. Compete clause, a 90-day no compete clause. So guys like EC3, Zack Ryder, Rusev, they can't compete yet in Double or Nothing.
You have to wait until 90 days after.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So months, but
because I think it'd be Rusev if it wasn't for that 90-day no complete again 90-day no compete clause. I think it'd be Rusev.
I was shocked to find out he was released, but oh well.
Julian, you have any thoughts on who you think the mystery guy will be? I know I texted you earlier. We kind of talked about it earlier through text. The man who gave you protein tips. The man who tells you how to work out.
Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be Brian Cage.
Brian Cage. That's a solid pick. But I don't want to. Again,
Is he not with Impact anymore? I thought he was still Impact.
Oh, no, he's not with Impact. He was a free agent a while ago, but then he had an injury. So there was a rumor a while ago that he was going to sign with AEW, or that he did sign with AEW. He denied it. His wife denied it. And then he got hurt, so couldn't really find out if it was lying or not. Maybe we'll find out on Saturday. Who knows?
If it's Brian Cage, I'm actually all for Brian Cage still winning. I think
if it's Brian Cage, I can see a scenario where he wins, yeah. Another popular opinion is Drew Gulak right now. My personal opinion is it's kind of like a throw-in spot. So I don't think it's going to be anyone major. So I honestly think it's going to be Joey Ryan. I think Joey Ryan's going to be the mystery guy. And he's just going to be put in there just for comedy. I don't think you could throw in just like a big guy in there just randomly in a match like that. I could be wrong.
I can see that.
Well, he's friends with the Young Bucks. We've seen a lot of the AEW guys in bar wrestling. So I can see a scenario where it's just a one-off. And he kind of he's just like the comedy character in this big match. Because you look at everyone, they don't need more athleticism. They either need a big guy, which Brian Cage could fill, or they need a comedy guy in that spot. All right, next up we got Chris Statlander versus Dr. Britt Baker. Did I mention she's a dentist?
Many times beforehand.
Yes, yes you did.
Okay, just making. Well, I'm kind of mad at her because on Dynamite she brought up how Snaggletooth is unattractive, and I got one right here. So,
she's a bit.
Shots fired, and you know who? Okay, I'm gonna start this one. Because you already know who I'm going with in this match.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm going with my girl. Chris Statlander.
I feel like Baker might take the win.
Why?
I don't see scenario Chris will benefit from this from winning.
Maybe. They have featured Dr. Britt Baker a lot. Her heel character is getting over very heelish. But before this all started, Chris Statlander was getting pushed. She had that match at Revolution against Nyla Rose, and I understand that they're probably not going to push her right now, but I still think they need to keep her at a level where she was before this all started.
Okay.
What about you?
Statlander.
Statlander, all right.
She cute.
She cute.
All your reasoning behind it?
Yeah, she cute.
So let's all of Julian's picks are either cool moves or they cute.
You cute.
If I got this right.
She cute.
Up next is Jungle Boy versus MJF.
Ooh.
You seem like you got an opinion on this. Come on.
MJF, like
that's the MJF.
He's. You got it, or you want me to do it?
You go ahead. No, we're all gonna say our opinion. It's not like we're.
He's dangerous. He is dangerous. He is powerful. Jungle Boy. He's high flying. He's quick. He's quicker.
Cool moves.
He's
cool moves. Since in the thing,
he's cool.
But he's cute. But he's cute.
Shut up. So it's just.
If he has cool and cute, then he might win.
Exactly. He has both. He has both the combinations. He's the ultimate fighter for Julian.
Over 9,000.
He's over 9,000.
I think it's gonna be different. It's like David and Goliath.
In what world is MJF Goliath?
Goliath is MJF, dude.
Hornswoggle, but not Jungle Boy.
Yeah. Or even Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt, maybe. Because Marco Stunt is facing MJF on Dynamite tomorrow, or today. When this video comes out, it'll probably be today.
Okay.
But I mean, that maybe is David and Goliath. All right. Well, so you're going Jungle Boy? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm going Jungle Boy, like
because of the cool moves, right?
Because of the cool moves, and he's cute.
He's quicker and he has more counters.
Act like MJF moment or smarter. He's he'll find a way to win the match. Me and Jungle Boy will build up the hype to eventually win, but MJF's gonna screw him over in the end and pick up the victory.
Especially with Warlord out there, because Warlord will be by MJF's side and Marco Stunt will be on Jungle Boy's side. And I'm pretty sure I know who I want in my corner.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is Jungle Boy's first singles match and first pay-per-view match. as well?
Not pay-per-view. He wasn't all, because remember, he wasn't all out. He had the 6-man tag. It might be, I think it's his first singles pay-per-view.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going for?
First singles pay-per-view.
Yes, I am. It is his first singles pay-per-view.
So he had that in his head to like, don't fuck up.
Fyter Fest, he had a fatal 4-way match. I know he was in a 6-man tag for All Out. Last year's Double or Nothing, I can't remember. So I can't. He was in the Battle Royale. He was in the Battle Royale for Double or Nothing last year, and he wasn't booked for Revolution. Full Gear is the only one that I'm like struggling to remember, but I don't even remember him having a singles match on that one.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, because we all watched it together. I don't remember him seeing it. So I'm also gonna go with MJF. By the way, MJF undefeated in singles competition. I feel like it's too much work with what they did with Cody to build him up and then just have him lose
a guy, a tag team specialist, win his first singles match.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like Jungle Boy's record was really bad. I know it's gotten better, but at one point he was 0-10, and he really has nothing going for him right now. So I think it's kind of like it benefits more MJF if you're gonna eventually set him up against Jon Moxley for a title match.
Yep, definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
And do you want to kind of argue though, Julian?
Nah, I'm good.
Well, MJF ain't cute.
He ugly.
He ugly as fuck.
I don't know. He's just he's a dick. I hate him.
Oh yeah, that's the reason. All right, up next is the TNT Championship match between Cody and Lance Archer. First ever TNT Championship, or first ever TNT Champion. The title will be presented by Mike Tyson. So, who's gonna be?
My pick is Cody.
Why?
Especially after losing his match for an AEW World Championship. Everything's been through with MJF. It makes sense for him being a victory, being a team.
And that's true. And here's the thing, though. It's like he can't challenge for the AEW Championship anymore because he lost to Chris Jericho. Yeah.
Fight for the TNT. That's still something he's in the race for.
Yeah. I can see that. Julian? All right, well, Julian does that. I'll say mine. But I've been going back and forth. This is like the one I'm like absolutely not sure about the most. I was going Lance Archer all the way up until last week's Dynamite, and now I'm starting to think Cody's gonna win.
Yeah, because isn't Archer like a little bit damaged a little bit in the back?
No, I don't think so. No,
right.
He's undefeated. But the way he was set up with, I think, is what Mike brought up with MJF. He lost to Jericho after all that. He lost to MJF after all that. Like, there's too much build again for it to be like the hero doesn't win. We've seen this already many times where he put over the heel. And just like, we need some payoff eventually for all everything that happens then. There's never been payoff. There's never been like a fan-pleasing moment with him because he keeps losing to these heels. Archer's still new in the company. This loss won't necessarily hurt him. Where, especially with Cody being like the face of AEW when it was brought up, especially on TNT, it makes sense for him to be the first ever champion, especially with him being the first ever person that fought on Dynamite. So for now, this could change by Saturday, but for now I'm going with Cody.
Cody.
And he's cute. He's okay, hold on. He's not cute. He's dashing.
We're not talking about that.
Oh, we're not talking about that? All right. Up next is the Women's Championship match. Nyla Rose versus Akira Shida.
Nyla Rose. She's a freaking beast, bro. She's a freaking beast.
What's up?
I don't know who the is, but I don't know who the other chick Rose's facing is, but that doesn't make sense for her to put off Rose. I think she needs to remain dominant as champion. Not long time, or at least for now, for a few more months.
A few more months? So, like, for the next pay-per-view?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Julian?
I don't know her opponent as well enough, so I don't know. It makes sense for me for her to put her off when she's been dominant lately.
Well, I'm going to say this. Akira Shida's bae. She is my AEW bae. But I have to go against her. I just don't want to pick too many faces because I feel like I'm picking a lot of faces to win. You know what? No, just I need to go against Mike. I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna go with Hikaru Shida as the new AEW Women's Champion. I think it's gonna be important to have at least one title match change or one title change in this pay per view. The tag team titles aren't gonna be on there, and I know they're obviously the TNT Championship will be new, but I feel like the women's there's better. How do I put this? There's not enough babyface women to go up against Nyla Rose right now. Where Chris Statlander already got a title shot, and nobody else has really been in position to really step up as another top babyface female. So I think it benefits more to have Hikaru Shida become champion, have a rematch with Nyla Rose down the line, and then Britt Baker down the line, and then even a face match with Statlander down the line, and then possibly if they sign a woman eventually, have another match with her.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. But I still think Nyla's going to win just the fact she's been dominant lately.
Julian, are you going with this?
Beast.
All right, so far they have nice moves. They do. She a beast.
And she a beast.
Go in the ring with her. Beat your ass down.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I would not mess with Nyla Rose in any capacity at all. Though she does struggle to pick up people for powerbombs sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Even Rio was only like 98 pounds, and she had a hard time powerbombing her at times too. Next match is the Stadium Stampede match, which is going to be the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, Santana and Ortiz versus the Elite minus Cody, and Matt Hardy's going to take a spot. So Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, the Young Bucks, and Matt Hardy in a 5-on-5 match in the stadium. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be cinematic. I don't think it's going to be like well, obviously, you're going to find it around the whole stadium. They're going to have to film and edit this. It's not going to be a live match all over the stadium.
Yeah.
Who wins?
That's a big roster for one match.
It is.
I want to say the Elites, but I think the Inner Circle might win. But I don't know. I'm still
still contemplating as we're filming this.
Yeah.
It's not like I didn't give you. It's not like I gave you a heads up. This was coming. All right. How about this? I'll say my opinion first. Julian, you know who I think is going to win?
Who?
You are beautiful on the inside. You are personified, and I will drag you down. And then.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, you're gonna play it? Who's her prediction, Mike? Who's she predicting?
Huh?
Who's she predicting? Ask her Inner Circle or the Elite?
What, Julian's with the Inner Circle too, or what?
No, ask her. Ask your daughter.
That'd be Elite. I don't know because.
What'd your daughter say?
She yelled and ran away.
So okay. You're still thinking about it?
It's gonna be Elite.
You think it's gonna be Elite? All right. I got the Inner Circle. Mike, you're the only one left.
I'm going Inner Circle.
Why?
I'm gonna go with Julian as well, saying you got nice moves.
My thing was
okay, so
I think it makes sense for Jericho to pick up a victory like that, especially after losing the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep. My thing is too, they've been pushing that storyline before all this started, where Hangman kind of didn't trust the Elite and was kind of going to turn his back, and eventually, I feel like that heel turn was going to happen, where Page was going to turn on Kenny Omega, and I still feel like they're going to set that up for, especially now that they couldn't do this for Double or Nothing. I feel like All Out too, it's going to be Hangman versus Kenny, and they need to still kind of build to that, and they can't do that if they what?
You continue.
I was saying they can't do that if the Elite wins. There can't be a happy note for Page to eventually turn heel. Now, I could understand kind of protecting Matt Hardy since he made his debut, but this is not a singles match, and I feel like you get away with more having a new guy lose in a multi-man match. So, but I do agree that eventually Chris Jericho will face Moxley in a rematch for the AEW Championship, so they do need to make Chris Jericho keep looking a little strong. All right, so we got 2 Inner Circles and 1 Elite.
Yep.
All right, and then final.
review, Paige will actually become heel. I feel like during this one,
Not on this one though. I don't think it's gonna be this one though.
not this one, but the next pay-per-view.
Well, the next pay per view, because they do 3 months between pay per views, it's gonna be All Out. I think that's the match that's gonna be Hangman versus Kenny Omega. I think the heel turn comes after they lose the tag titles. Because I think the best friends will win their match against Private Party. They'll challenge Hangman and Kenny Omega, and they'll become tag team champions. And when they lose the tag team titles, the best friends, that's when I feel like the heel turn will start.
Yeah, because we've been seeing little hints that Paige wants to kick Omega in the back already.
Yeah, and I was starting to think that the heel turn wasn't going to happen, only because Paige was the most over person in AEW. Like, the fans love Paige. He was out there drinking their beer, like crowd surfing and all that stuff. Like, I bought his shirt because he's my favorite AEW wrestler right now. But with no fans in the crowd, I feel like now they could turn him heel because it's not like the fans are going to boo him. There's no fans to boo him. Chris Jericho banned all the fans.
Either die here or live long enough to be seated with self.
That's a good point.
And finally, the AEW Championship match. Jon Moxley versus Brody Lee. Who wins?
I've thought about it. I feel like Mox is going to win because it makes sense for him to defend his belt.
He's already had one title offense against Jake Hager, so this is going to be a second.
Did he? Oh, yeah, that's right.
They had the empty arena brawl, which I'll admit was actually pretty boring. And if I was AEW, I'd kind of think about, like, well, do I still want to have him as my champion? I know that's why WWE got rid of the title on him, because they didn't see him as a... When he was WWE Championship, he did have a boring run as a champion. I don't know why. I feel like he's a better challenger than champion. It's more interesting when he's chasing the belt than when he actually has the belt.
I think you're voting for him, like, to actually get when he does it, like, well, then the right's gone. You know, you hop off technically.
Yeah,
you jump back on board. Like, yeah, he's going for the belts again.
Yeah. All right, so who do you guys got? And is he cute? And does he have cool moves? And is he a beast?
Even from the other promotion into this promotion, I'm still gonna be a Moxley. Yeah.
So Moxley.
Since Inner Circle versus their Elite, Matt losing it, I feel it makes sense. Brody come in with a match for the belt. It makes sense for Brody Lee to pick it up.
So you want a Matt versus Brody feud for the title?
Yeah.
That's your going Brody Lee.
I am.
I thought about this too. I thought about this a lot.
He is starting a cult, which he hates the word cult.
Yeah, because on first glance, I think it's Jon Moxley. But the more I watch AEW and the more I see how things are going, I'm like, I feel like they might just pull it off where they have Brody Lee, especially with no crowd right now. It's kind of like, this is the best time to have a heel be champion. But I don't think that heel's going to be Brody Lee. I do want to see Brody Lee versus Matt Hardy, but I don't think that needs a title to be involved because their dark personas clashing. Yeah. I feel like they could have like a Hardy compound match. So I don't feel like the feud needs that title. And I don't think Matt came into AEW thinking that he's going to get a championship match.
Oh.
So I think you could do more with Moxley as champion. So I'm going to stick with my prediction, and I'm going Jon Moxley retains. And because I still feel like they're going to eventually build up to Moxley versus MJF eventually. An undefeated Moxley in singles competition versus an undefeated MJF in singles competition. So I'm going to stick with that. Plus, I think the next AEW champion is going to be Pac when he comes back. So I think they're going to wait for that as well. I don't know when that'll happen, but I think Pac will be the next AEW champion. So I'm going to stick with that and pick Moxley. That was hard to get out.
That was very thorough.
Yeah, even as I was saying out loud, I kind of want to change my mind.
You really don't know who to pick.
It's hard because unlike WWE, AEW doesn't really like project like winners. The last pay-per-view was a Revolution, was kind of predictable, but before that, it's been kind of like you don't know which way they're gonna go, and I feel like this one is kind of it looks obvious at first glance, but when you put more thought into it, it's like, well, they could do this and that, you know. So, but either way, I'm glad to have some normalcy back. I'm glad to have a live pay-per-view back. I know WWE just had Money in the Bank, and I don't watch WWE as much as I used to. I really enjoyed Money in the Bank, and I feel like AEW is going to come out and top that right now. Yeah, at least try to top it. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna put up. Hopefully we could all watch it together. I'm gonna try to put our predictions to see who got the most prediction rights.
All right.
Be the falls count anywhere. Oh, it's not gonna be you.
And I will do more research. Sorry about that, guys. I'm
No, you did. You did enough research on whether they're cute. If they have cool moves.
Shut up.
If they're a beast or not.
If they're a beast or not. Exactly. I'm watching AEW Dark tonight and seeing who has the cooler moves.
It's on right now.
Oh, it's on right now. Yeah. As soon as we're done with this, I was gonna go watch it. But this is our predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was Mike. I don't know if you want me to keep calling you Mad Mike Murphy. I know that's your NEW name. What?
I'm fine with just Mike.
Just Mike. All right. That's just Mike and his daughter.
Yeah, mama.
Who's winning? John Moxley or Brody Lee?
Oh, mama. 1 or 2. You don't know?
1 or 2.
Okay.
All right. Well, and that has been. Pointing at you, by the way. You can't look up. Pointing at you, Julian.
Oh, what's up?
And that has been.
What?
And that has been Julian because he doesn't want to say his own name.
Oh, Julian, duh.
Yeah. And of course, I am Jermaine, a hashtag 60sman on YouTube. We'll see you guys next time. Laters.
There's